The Retreat Center Collaboration, or RCC, is bringing together retreat centers, virtually, during the pandemic. It's a time of transformation for many centers who are learning to lean on each other for support.
What we're actually doing is going through a process of our own formation, as well as leaning into our own transformation. And so we've been planning and responding and connecting to the community.
The collaboration is doing work that is desperately needed in the retreat centers sector, bringing together leaders from centers all across North America to network, learn from each other, provide support, and problem solve together. Like retreat centers all across North America, Seasons has been closed since March of 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
When we came up with the idea of the collaboration in 2018, we envisioned the space for strengthening and connecting among our communities. Now it feels as if we created RCC for these times, for this pandemic, to support and guide our land-based organizations through a shared existential crisis.
One of the thoughts that I've been sitting with is seeing retreat centers as a place of rest in times of peace and a place of refuge in times of crisis. And so they have a role to play, but their role is only so relevant as they stay connected to the social fabric of time.
A key aspect of the work is connecting the inner life of spirit with the outer life of service and action.
Retreat centers are important, even more now with what we've gone through. A place to go, as it says, to retreat.
The need for an organization like this and others who bring people together and who look at ways to transcend difference and to form forward movement that is foundational to building the future we collectively want. We must have places and ways to explore these topics.
The connection to ecology, to land, to the elements, to the plant life, to all of it here is one of the transformational experiences people can have when they come, which I think is very similar to a lot of the centers.
We need one another to support each other as we strive to meet the challenges of our times. The challenges of environmental destruction, of racism, of poverty, of division. It's here at retreat centers that we have an opportunity to talk together and perhaps in some ways contribute to the healing of the world.
Many white-led organizations and individuals cannot turn away from injustice anymore, and retreat centers have a role in that. One, we can provide space for rest and renewal for communities who are frontline activists, and we also must look inward as white-led organizations and how we as individuals and organizations play a role in dismantling white supremacy and working towards a more just future.
We want to celebrate hope, but we know that we have streets of people protesting because they're not free in this country that they live in. We want to enter into a space of celebration, yet we know families and people are sitting in grief. It is a time in which we're walking in this really liminal space of tension. And we're finding that we are doing that with such grace and with such openness. It's really giving us a sense of hope for our future.
As we move forward, I see a sense of hope. I see a sense of regrowth. A number of our retreats that were booked for this year have already rebooked for next year. And so I see a lot of hope and possibilities for the future.
We've been jarred out of our habitual ways of gathering, and if we don't rebuild new ways of gathering and new ways of moving forward, we lose the potential for there to be positive outcomes from this crisis.
Our missions, our work, our financial well-being are all being challenged. Some retreat centers have turned to doing retreats online. Many retreat centers are in deep discernment about their futures. Some retreat centers have already been shut permanently. That loss is with us for generations.
There's wisdom in these retreat spaces, in fostering one's inner being so that we can more deeply and fully engage the world around us. The Retreat Center Collaboration is a growing community of people, places, and ideas gathering to create the healthy spiritual and emotional foundation for a more just and loving world.